Welcome to the CPM Customer Success Podcast, where we help Office of Finance leaders enable an exact solution to enhance their corporate performance without spending countless nights and weekends in the office. Hi, I'm your host, Andy Smetana from Nova Advisory. Nova Advisory is a 100% OneStream professional services diamond implementation partner. We help OneStream customers and prospective OneStream customers get the most out of their OneStream investments. For CPM Customer Success listeners, we now have a weekly email newsletter to keep you informed on the latest CPM Customer Success news. By subscribing today, we'll keep you informed on episode releases, including customer success stories, OneStream interviews, and capabilities to keep you up to date about OneStream's unified platform for finance. You can check that out now at Nova Advisory's website, novaadvisory.com/podcast, and subscribe to the CPM Customer Success podcast newsletter today. Today we're exploring a topic that sits right at the intersection of strategy, technology, and leadership. And that's the growing importance of a strong partnership between CFOs and CIOs in the rapidly advancing world of finance and technology. This relationship has always mattered, but in today's environment, it's becoming a cornerstone of how organizations grow, adapt, and make decisions. Along the way, we'll look at how the broader OneStream expert community and the guidance of experienced partners strengthens the collaboration and helps both sides drive meaningful change without losing sight of businesses' long-term goals. So let's dive in. You may have noticed a theme that's becoming common across the industry. AI is accelerating the need for CFOs and CIOs to collaborate more closely than ever. In fact, the 2024 Gartner CIO and Technology Executive Survey pointed out a fascinating tension, and that's that 71% of CFOs believe that they own the enterprise-wide technology strategy. Yet 77% of CIOs believe that they own it. So you can probably imagine how that plays out in real life. But the point isn't who owns what. The point is that both functions are now deeply intertwined into the decisions around their data, automation, forecasting, security, and risk. And AI just amplifies these stakes because you need strong infrastructure, governance, and security. All that's CIO technology territory. You also need ROI clarity, responsible investment, and financial impact, which is CFO territory. And you need organization readiness, change management, and process maturity, which is shared territory. AI is forcing a new era of collaboration between these two leaders. And that collaboration has to go beyond budgeting meetings and steering committees. It has to become a true shared vision. Because without this shared vision, AI adoption will either become too risky or too slow. So what's the role of OneStream's expert community in all this? Now, something you may not hear a lot about is just how much expertise surrounds the OneStream ecosystem and how that ecosystem supports CFOs and CIOs finding common ground. OneStream has intentionally built a partner community that acts as an extension of the platform itself. The ecosystem includes technical architects, specialists in AI, forecasting, and data governance, plus trainers and support teams focused on enablement. You're not simply adopting software. You're entering a mature, collaborative network of resources designed to help teams implement the platform the right way, sustain it, and continuously evolve it. This matters because finance and IT naturally approach problems from different angles. Finance wants accuracy, speed, and insight, yet IT wants security, scalability, and integration. Well, OneStream's ecosystem brings together expertise from both of those worlds, which creates common language and shared solution patterns. And when you introduce AI into the mix, whether it's predictive forecasting, scenario modeling, or automated insight generation, that expertise becomes even more essential. Organizations need guidance, not just the technology itself, but on readiness, governance, and change management. OneStream's expert community helps organizations walk before they run. So what does this look like in real organizations? Let's shift to our CPM customer success story for this week and focus on an international electronics manufacturing customer of OneStream. Finance knew that their consolidations process was too slow and is too manual. They're relying heavily on spreadsheets and outdated tools. But IT also wanted a system that wouldn't become another fragile, one-off implementation that only a handful of people understood. When they implemented OneStream, something important happened. Finance gained ownership and autonomy, while IT gained a platform with the governance, the integrations, and scalability that they needed. They cut their intercompany elimination process from 10 days down to 3. And those kind of outcomes only happen when finance and IT pull in the same direction. So what closed the gap was not just choosing OneStream, it was having the right conversations, the right governance, and the right partners in the room. So why does ongoing guidance matter? The reality is most companies have finance teams that are stretched, IT teams that are also strapped for time and capacity. AI and modern CPM capabilities, they require more than just a set it and forget it strategy. And most organizations don't have the internal bandwidth to maximize everything that OneStream can do. So this is where Nova Advisory's Smart Services, which stands for System Maintenance and Remote Troubleshooting, can offer a practical, grounded model of partnership. Smart Services aren't traditional help desk support. They're structured, proactive managed services designed specifically for OneStream customers. They reinforce the CFO and CIO collaboration in 3 important ways. First, Smart Services provide dedicated consultants who become part of your team. So instead of rotating resources or ticket-based generalists, Smart delivers a consistent team that learns your systems, your processes, and your people. So for CFOs, this means continuity and confidence in the financial processes. And for CIOs, this means predictable governance, stable architecture, and fewer fire drills. Number 2, Smart is proactive, it's not reactive. Many support models wait for a problem to occur. Smart doesn't. Smart consultants identify actively improvements that can be made to the OneStream platform. They ensure hours aren't wasted throughout the month, and they continuously look for ways they can enhance the system. This reduces operational friction, which benefits both finance and IT, especially as AI increases demand on data quality and process stability. Third, Smart offers priority access to senior architects and experts. So when larger enhancements are needed, integrations or redesigns, advanced forecasting, or structural changes, Smart clients have prioritized access to expert architects and consultants available for their guidance. This is crucial for that CFO and CIO collaboration because it ensures that finance isn't moving faster than IT can support them, and that IT isn't implementing changes without finance's consent and context. Both teams have a shared roadmap and expert alignment. Smart essentially acts as the connective tissue that keeps transformation moving forward sustainably, safely, and strategically. So why does all this matter for the future of finance? Well, to adopt AI and innovate responsibly, organizations need strong governance, reliable integrations, consistent reporting frameworks, clear ownership models, and the bandwidth to iterate, extend, and improve. A partner like Nova Advisory, and specifically a service like Smart, doesn't replace your internal teams. It supports them. It fills the capacity gaps. It ensures the investment in OneStream doesn't stagnate, but most importantly, it reinforces the strategic partnership between finance and IT, giving both functions the expertise and structure they need to move forward confidently. The organizations that invest in that guidance are the ones who will see lasting business impact. So what does all this mean for CFOs, CIOs, and their teams? It means that transformation isn't just about implementing a new system. It's about building a structure for ongoing collaboration. AI doesn't just require the CFO and CIO collaboration, it'll expose the lack of it. Organizations that treat finance and IT as separate tracks will struggle to implement AI responsibly and effectively. Those that treat the functions as strategic partners will gain speed, insight, and competitive advantage. And having access to an experienced CPM ecosystem gives leaders the guidance they need to collaborate more effectively and make better decisions. As finance continues to evolve into a function defined by speed, insight, and automation, and as IT continues to evolve into a function defined by governance, resiliency, and data strategy, their success becomes interdependent. CFOs can't modernize without CIO partnership, and CIOs can't deliver value without CFO alignment. And both benefit from a broader community of experts who help translate vision into execution. So as you think about your own organization, whether you're modernizing the close, building a forecasting process, or preparing for the impact of AI, consider not just the tools you're adopting, but the relationships and expertise you're building around them. Because the future of finance isn't driven by systems alone. It's driven by people collaborating with clarity, with shared purpose, and with confidence. Thanks for joining us for this episode of CPM Customer Success. Reminder to check out the CPM Customer Success weekly email newsletter to stay informed of the latest CPM Customer Success episodes and OneStream news. You can check that out now at the Nova Advisory website, novaadvisory.com/podcast, and subscribe to the CPM Customer Success podcast email newsletter today. Thanks again for listening, and I'll catch you next week for another episode of CPM Customer Success.